Uh-oh. Trump was caught in a secret Tate cover-up. What do you say? MAGA collapsing over hiding the truth from you? Because we've got 3 texts that absolutely destroy Donald Trump, and you have not seen these yet. Andrew Tate, accused of, as we all know, and running, his little Manosphere circle. Meanwhile, Donald Trump running or ruining the country, depending on who you ask. And you think the White House would want to keep a healthy distance after the whole Schmepstein thing from this guy, the modern day? But no, you would be wrong if you thought that. New reports just dropped showing the Trump administration actively intervened to stop federal agents from investigating Tate's electronics. They went out of their way to protect the loudest, misogynistic, most dangerous manosphere bro on the internet. And we're going to go through the receipts today. But forget what you think you know about this story, honestly, because we were shocked. And we've been following this one closely. Yes, Trump protecting a guy who brags about exploiting women.
How do I get females to comply? How do I get females to work for me for free and give me all the money? I think that's one of the appealing things I have is when guys understand that I do have a cam business and I do have girls who obey me. They ask guys don't like the answer because the answer is you have to cut the ones who don't obey.
Super gross. We're talking children too, girls. But wait until you see the actual paperwork. By the end of this video, I'm going to show you exactly who the White House just sent to clean up Tate's mess. Spoiler alert, it completely destroys the idea that this was just business as usual. And real quick, if you're new here, I'm Lauren Paritra. Willa Paritra and we do this every single day out of pure principle and an absolute refusal to let people like Katie Miller ever catch up. We currently have such a lead on Katie Miller that we don't even have to bring it up anymore. You've probably never even heard of the Katie Miller podcast because nobody's ever listened to it or watched it ever. I'm talking not even 5,000 real people. It's pretty sad. All the kidnapped abuelas in the world and still can't get anyone to watch your show. Hit subscribe. Follow us wherever you get your podcasts. Give us a 5-star rating. Hype this video. All these actions piss off Stephen Miller and keep Katie Miller zipped up and out of the noise. So let's talk about this administration and their obsession with specific types of grifters and how this all started. The Trump administration is operating as a concierge service for the Manosphere now. We've seen them protect political allies before, but sticking their necks out for Tate is a whole different level of gross and weird. In the late 2025-ish timeline, investigative reports revealed that both Donald Trump, Don Jr., I should say, and Barron were actively nurturing is the exact language used in this report. He was nurturing close ties with the Tate brothers. The administration wasn't holding these alleged schmoozers at an arm's length. They were inviting them straight into the fold.
Congresswoman Yasmin Ansari on the Oversight Committee is seeking Barron Trump to immediately testify in Capitol Hill about what he knew, whether he knew anything, about Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate's horrific crimes that they're now facing extradition. Congresswoman Ansari, who serves on the powerful Oversight Committee, is demanding that the Oversight Committee open up an investigation into the Tate brothers, but specifically into Barron Trump's connection to the Tate brothers and whether or not Trump officials use their power as officials in the executive branch to ever assist the Tate brothers.
Treating them like VIPs, treating them like motherfucking diplomats. And Tate has been bragging about that access for months.
And I'm very close to the Trump family. I know them well, and I spoke to Barron after the incident, and I look forward to, once I am free, being with Donald Trump in person and reminding him that he's a bulletproof badass.
Yeah. Look at this. So while these guys were under international investigation for horrific crimes, the president's youngest son was reportedly hopping on Zoom calls with them, bonding over gross shit, I'd assume, government persecution, who knows? And then there's a fixer, of course. And imagine you're a border agent. You have no friends. You've never had sexual relationships before. Nobody's ever liked you. You've never been chosen once. How does the White House actually call in a favor for somebody like this if you're a federal border agent? You've just seized the laptops of Andrew Tate. You're doing your job because you don't ask questions and you do no matter what. You're such a tough guy. You do whatever you're told. And then your phone rings and it's the White House and they want you to give the laptops back. Seriously, this actually happened. The administration tapped a guy named Paul Ingracia to be their liaison to the Homeland Security. He's the one who threw the weight of the Oval Office around to reprimand agents and demand the devices be returned. But when the press actually asked the president about the administration throwing its weight around to help the Tates, he played dumb, as he does.
Did your administration pressure the Romanian government to release them? And if so, why?
I know nothing about that. I don't know. You're saying he's on a plane right now?
He's back. They already did.
Yeah, I just know nothing about it. We'll check it out. We'll let you know.
They are lying to your face. So listener, you can do everything right. You can have strong passwords, security apps, alerts turned on, and still it's not enough because then you get the notification, unusual activity detected. You open your banking app and the money is already gone. Scammers aren't just after your data anymore. They're after your money, your credit, your identity, and your time. That's why I switched to CoverOn. CoverOn doesn't just detect problems, it steps in when money is on the line. If your personal data is exposed or your accounts start acting suspicious, you get real-time alerts and expert support to help secure everything before it becomes a full takeover. And if money is already gone, you're covered with serious financial backup, up to $10,000 if you lose money to scams or online fraud, up to $2 million in identity theft recovery coverage, up to $25,000 in home title insurance, and up to $50,000 if you're targeted with cyber extortion or threats. Because protection isn't just about stopping threats, it's about what happens after. You don't need another notification telling you something went wrong. You need actual financial backup. So one scam can cost you everything, and I need you to protect yourself now. The first 100 users get 20% off with code LPTV at checkout. You're going to go to coveron.com/LPTV. Don't wait until a small mistake becomes a full financial disaster. Protect yourself now. And it gets worse because the guy making these calls, Paul Ingrassia, is the exact same official whose leaked text messages recently forced him to withdraw from a Senate confirmation. Bye-bye. He openly admitted to having a Nazi streak, hurled around racial slurs, and praised Andrew Tate. They didn't just send any old political op in to handle the federal agents. They were like, who's the most unhinged extremist bro we can find? Paul. This is the part where it gets really sideways. This is the part that really threw me off. And I've seen some shit. The inside job also had a major backpedal to it because this is the final piece of the puzzle here. This is the detail that turns this entire story around from just like a normal Trump favor into literal conspiring with criminals, our government conspiring with criminals to protect you-know-who. So Paul Ingrassia was the guy fighting so hard to get those specific laptops out of federal custody, right? Because before he was handed a powerful job in the White House, Ingrassia worked for the exact New York law firm that represented the Tate brothers. The administration literally hired Tate's former legal guy, gave him a White House badge, and then unleashed him on the Department of Homeland Security to sabotage an active investigation into his old clients. This wasn't a favor, man. They knew what they were doing. This is some mafia shit. And now that they've been caught with their hands in the cookie jar, watch how fast the White House tries to pretend they didn't hate these guys.
President Trump or the administration, do they have any plans to intervene in the extradition process for the Tate brothers?
No, we've already answered that question. Elizabeth. That was a quick no. And then there's this.
One of the Tate brothers' lawyers mentioned you by name.
Mention me by name?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
They leaked to Axios that Rubio thinks they're scum. Rubio with his big boy shoes from Trump. And they have the press secretary deny everything. All while their own hand-picked fixer was shaking down border agents to protect them. This is insane.
Young, handsome guy. It's always nice to be young and handsome. I don't like young, handsome men. Women, I like. Men, no, I don't have any interest.
So, you guys, let's look at the bigger picture here. Why does an administration that claims to care about family values and women go out of its way to protect guys like Andrew Tate? Because at the end of the day, Tate and the right-wing Manosphere, they're selling the exact same product that Turning Point USA is selling, that Erica Kirk is selling. And you know what that product is? Female submission. Think about it. What does Andrew Tate preach to millions of young men online? Male dominance, female obedience, keeping women completely dependent. Now look at Turning Point USA. Look at the trad wife propaganda movement. Sure, choice all you want. If you want to stay at home, good on you. But don't be going to high schools and middle schools, Erica Kirk, and selling tickets to 13-year-old girls and telling them to abandon their aspirations of finishing school and having a job and financial independence in the future so that way they can submit to a man. This is what they are pushing. They're pushing the exact same hierarchy. Erica Kirk is doing it with like church propaganda, and they're doing it with a tacky red Ferrari. Obey your husband. Don't question authority. Know your place. Know your role. It's the exact same playbook. It's not about protecting women or building strong families. It is about control. Full stop. It's as simple as I can say it. When you condition women and young girls to be submissive, not that this is their fault and when they're victims here at all, let's be so clear that, but you strip away their financial autonomy and their decision-making power and their ability to challenge unequal treatment. If women don't question male authority, then men at the top get to keep all the power without ever being held accountable. That's why the government doesn't value women. That's why this administration does not see women as equal, because an independent, vocal woman is a direct threat to their status quo. So when the White House steps in to bail out and accuse, don't act surprised. They are protecting Tate despite what he's done, despite the crimes and how he has literally women and girls. They're protecting him because they love to do it too, because this entire worldview aligns with theirs. A system where women shut the fuck up. We do not have power. We don't have independence. We are objects to them. And men hold all the cards. And women are expected to sit down and shut up and accept it. And that's my problem with Erica Kirk and the Manosphere and this administration. It's all one and the same. And if you've enjoyed this video, are you okay? And if not, if this has expanded your perspective, stick around, follow, hit subscribe, find us wherever you get your podcasts. We're a daily show, my dog and I, who's sick. And fuck Stephen Miller.